Hey everyone, welcome to this video. I'm Brian, the host of this little show, and today I want to talk about how I lost 55 pounds using the diet product called Noom and exercise and watching my diet. So let's get this thing going. Move the camera. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is that exercise or movement is a big deal. So to me, it doesn't matter what you're doing or how you're doing it or where you're doing it. As long as you're moving, that's what matters. I just got back from an afternoon run, which I tend to do a few times a week. And I've got my little running vest on here so I can keep my phone, and I usually have an earphone in here, and I've got a little water bottle. This is important for me to be able to get out on my local trails in my neighborhood. There's just a lot of dirt track around here, and it gives me a little bit of joy to be able to go out and run in this particular way. And this is another key. You gotta love this thing that you're gonna be doing at least a little bit, or it's gonna make that process that much harder, I promise. Also, in the mornings I get up 5 days a week, and I work on my old Chuck Norris machine, and I do resistance work. This work is important for me as a way to just keep my core activated. Everything else, I don't really concern myself with doing chest and biceps and triceps. I just think about exercise that are going to engage my core. And so I usually spend about an hour each morning in between checking email and listening to audiobooks or podcasts or whatever. But every morning, 5 days a week, I'm getting up and I'm doing that work. And then in the afternoons, like around 4 o'clock after the workday is done, I'm off on a trail, or I'm riding my mountain bike, or I'm attempting to get a hike in with some local family members or some work friends or something. The whole point is, as I look at my notes, it's about movement. So get yourself moving and find something that works for you. Also, within the Noom program, I've discovered that anything you do can be of benefit and be counted within that particular system. So very often, I'm all about yard work, and I hate yard work, but that's like one form of movement that you can count within that program that allows you to get outside, clean things up. For me, it's always, mowing the lawn or raking leaves. All those things need to be done. The movement can be anything. So start small and then just get outside, get off your couch, do whatever you need to do to sort of clean your garage or clean your house or take a walk in the neighborhood or just whatever. Just move. That's all this is about. Now, when it comes to food, I have to say I'm super boring in terms of my choices. In the morning, I get up and I weigh myself because that's what you do in the Noom program. And then I do my resistance work. And then I spend time I'm outside, cars running up and down, sorry. I make myself a protein shake. So in this shake are some strawberries, blueberries, a banana, a little protein powder, and some almond milk. And mix it all up, give myself a little piece of toast, and that's my breakfast. And I repeat this process every day. Again, for me, that works. And then I record it, I log it within the Noom system, and there's a repeated function within that program that allows you to choose like yesterday's breakfast. So I just click that, and it just populates for the current day. For lunch, again, I'm a creature of habit. I always do the same thing. It's super boring. Half a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, bunch of carrots and some hummus. I love me some hummus, and one chocolate chip cookie, because just remember, this isn't a diet that you're on. You're about examining your choices and changing up the things that you're doing on the daily. So you're moving every day and you're making choices about your food in context. So it's not 2 or 3 chocolate chip cookies, it's one chocolate chip cookie, that I have with my lunch that I know is going to be about 75 calories. And within that larger calorie budget of about 2,000 per day, I'm on maintenance mode now since I hit my goal weight. I can do that. So as long as you think about it in a larger context and try not to work on the denial principle, because when we deny ourselves the things that we love, for me, 100%, I've always failed in that particular process. Now for dinner, we do it by day. We meal plan by the week, like Monday night's spaghetti night. Tuesday night's usually leftovers because there's plenty of that stuff made on the first night. On the Wednesday, we'll have veggie burgers, and we'll roast up a bunch of vegetables and some red potatoes. That seems to be a big favorite in place of French fries. I love those, by the way. Roasted potatoes and a whole bunch of broccoli. I also think that Thursday taco salad nights in our house are pretty great too. I'll cook up a bunch of tofu. There's a lot of lettuce and a lot of tomatoes and a lot of beans with some tasty taco sauce, and you throw it all on a plate and you've got yourself a relatively healthy meal. Friday nights in our home is kind of a grab bag in terms of, you know, what we're going to be having. Very often it's like a stir fry night, so more tofu, bunch of fried up vegetables in the pan, and a little bit of stir fry sauce to give it some taste. But again, we're thinking about vegetables and what kind of protein we can put in and mix up with those vegetables. And in this house, for us, it's going to be tofu because everybody's pretty much non-meat eating types. So finally, the last point I want to make is about the program called Noom, which I paid for up to a year. And I thoroughly got every last cent that I paid out of it. Now, it's expensive, and I've talked about this in another video. You got to make that choice about whether or not you want to drink that Kool-Aid. But for me, it worked. Now I continue to use the app, even though I'm using the free version now. I can still count my calories for my meals, and I have a meal streak of about 1,600, yay me, and I can chart my movement, which is super important. I will also, along with the daily weigh-ins, I will measure my waist and do other measurements with a tape measure as well for a second measure of a way to understand my data points in terms of where my body weight is and how my progress is actually going. So the reason why we do this is to sort of always know where you are in the moment so you can make decisions and course correct as you move through your process. You can do this with a lot of other programs like MyFitnessPal, whatever works for you. So that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching until the end. I do appreciate it. Like and subscribe if that's your thing. And let me know if you have anything to say in the comments down below. Good luck in your journey, and I wish you well. Peace.